my guess about this fight, the Gogmazios fight, compared to the Omega fight, is that I reckon two different teams in the Monster Hunter development team worked on each fight. Like, I don't think it was the same team. It's either it was two different teams, or this fight was completed first. Like the development wise, maybe the GOG fight was actually completed first, and then the Omega fight was completed after a lot of the feedback and a lot of the developers and a lot of people were talking about, the whole conversation about the game's difficulty, right? Like, I reckon it's possible that Gogmagios was already in the pipeline, or both fights, both Omega and Gogmagios were in the pipeline, but GOG was done first prior to the developers actually making a change based off of the difficulty or lack of friction complaints. And then Omega, they're like, okay, Gogmagios is already done, but when we finally get to work on Omega, then we can take that into consideration. And it kind of makes sense to do it with that because it's Omega, and you got the Savage distinction between regular fights in FF14 and Savage. So like that kind of gave them more of an excuse or more of a testing ground so that they can be like, okay, let's make the Omega Savage fight blisteringly hard. And if people complain, it's like we can just turn around and say, oh, well, but that's the law though, right? That's the Omega Planetaires, like that's how it's supposed to be. So they had like their backup trump card in case the backlash got too strong. Whereas with Gogmazios, it's more of a, it's part of the base Monster Hunter Wilds game. And if Gogmazios was blisteringly hard, the same way that, Elatreon was hard back in the day, and Fatalis, Fatalis was fine because that's like the end of the game. But what was it? Extremoth as well, stuff like that, right? So maybe they didn't want to have another Elatreon situation with this fight, so they kind of toned it down a bit. And then they saved all the juiced up, crazy, chaotic stuff for Omega. That's my theory anyway.